With that down, got a lot of stuff to cover today. I went to go see Snow White yesterday. We're going to talk about that in just a little bit. There's some Jason Bourne stuff apparently going on. We're going to talk about that, but we're going to get things started off with this. You know, every once in a while, actually quite often in the movie fan circles, right? We see a movie come out and maybe it's bad and terrible. And we go, why did that actor agree to be in that movie? Well, because it always looks good at first, right? Mm-hmm. And sometimes we like to talk about, you know, castings that almost were. For those of you who don't know, one of the most famous examples of that is that Harrison Ford wasn't supposed to be Indiana Jones.
Right.
Supposed to be Tom Selleck. And then he had to back out at the last second, all that kind of stuff. And then maybe there's sometimes little bits of regret of maybe something you turned down. Well, Amanda Seyfried, who I really do quite like, I like her very much. She just revealed that she was actually offered the role of Gamora in Guardians of the Galaxy, and she turned it down because she thought the movie was going to flop. So she talks about this in this article in Variety. She thought it'd be Marvel's first flop and, quote, I'd never work again, and it's about a talking tree and a raccoon.
I mean, to be fair, a lot of people were like, what is this Guardians thing?
Everybody has 20/20 hindsight, right? Yep. Everybody, like, after the fact, it's like, oh, it was obvious. But you're right. When they were making Guardians of the Galaxy, a lot of people thought, what the hell is Marvel doing?
Comic nerds like you and me and whatever, but like new, and we're like, well, that's an interesting, bold choice. But most people were like, what is Guardians of the Galaxy?
A quick little bit of trivia. Guardians of the Galaxy is what led John Schnepp and I to meeting. Because I was looking for, I reached out to a friend of mine who's like really plugged in. I won't say their name, but they're really plugged into the comic book community. And I said, you got anybody you know that could really come in and really, if we could do an interview or a big explainer on Guardians of the Galaxy for people who don't know it. And he connected me to John Schnepp and the rest became history. But yeah, a lot of people, like obviously now in hindsight, and she went on to say this. I thought this was really funny. She said, let's also remember that being a part of the first Marvel movie that bombs ain't good for your career, she continued. I thought that because this was about a talking tree and a talking raccoon, that it would be Marvel's first bomb, and me and Chris Pratt would never work again. I was wrong. I was wrong. I was just being smart, not brave. Listen, I get it. I get it. We all have those moments and those things where, and listen, it also serves us, those instincts.
Sure.
I've had thoughts where people presented me with stuff that looks so great, but I just knew this doesn't sit well with me, and I didn't do it, and good that I didn't. But we all also have those things, including me, where it's like, oh man, I had an opportunity to do this, including buying Bitcoin when it was $7. I still remember that.
Everyone had that opportunity if you think about it. At $7, anyone
when
can
Bitcoin was $7, right?
Yeah.
But whatever, you can't live your life in hindsight. It is really funny though that, you know, you look at somebody like Zoe. It's hard today to imagine anybody other than Zoe Saldana playing it, but because that's who we got, and she's an incredible performer, incredible actress, Academy Award-winning actress. She's fantastic. But it's funny because if Amanda had taken the role, I have no doubt she would have been great in it too. And then we would have been hearing the stories. Did you know that the runner-up was Zoe Saldana? And we would have gone, nah, only Amanda could play Gamora. But, you know, it's kind of the other way around here. Anyway, I just thought the story was pretty funny. I'm sure we all have stories like that. And I like her honesty about it. She's like, look, I read the script and it was about a talking tree and a talking raccoon.
I can't remember who it was, so it sounds like I'm pulling this out of the air, but I know we've talked about it where an actor was offered a back-end deal for one of these tent poles and he declined.
Oh, I know, yeah.
And they're like, I'd have hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yep, I'm trying to remember. I remember the details, but I can't remember.
I feel like it was Matt Damon.
I remember they took like an extra 1.5 million in salary.
Yeah.
instead of taking 1.5 million less and getting back end points. And then it turned out that the back end points would have equaled like $75 million for them something like that.
It was Matt Damon in Avatar.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah, and he would have been sitting on like 100
That's
mil.
right. But I'm thinking of a different one. I'm thinking of one where the actor did take the role and took
the money instead of the
money in salary guaranteed up front and didn't take the back end points anyway. A big thing. We want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's episode, Indeed. Okay, so you just realized your business needed to hire somebody like yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. When it comes to hiring, Indeed is all you need. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. Indeed's sponsored jobs helps you stand out and hire fast. With sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for the right candidates so you can reach the best talent faster. And it works. Indeed's data shows that sponsored jobs get 45% more application than non-sponsored jobs. The thing I'm impressed most with Indeed is how fast it makes hiring. When I was looking to hire somebody for the John Campea Show, the process felt slow and overwhelming. I hate it. I wish I had used Indeed. And you want to know how fast Indeed is? In just the minute that I've been talking to you, 23 hires were made on Indeed worldwide. So don't wait. Speed up your hiring now with Indeed. And for listeners of this show, you get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/Campea. Just go to Indeed.com/Campea and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed here. That's Indeed.com/Campea. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need. Guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? I mean, she was offered the role before Zoe Saldana and turned it down because she thought the movie was going to flop. Hey, listen, take out hindsight. I think there was a lot of people thought Guardians was going to flop initially. In hindsight, do you have any great examples in your own life when you missed out on a great opportunity because you didn't think it looked so good? Anyway, whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.